Once again, we're back on Egman Soch Tea Talk Train of Thought with a series of an episode with Dr.Partha Mukherjee, who is a board director with Mahindra Aerospace and Gibbs Aero, and he is a management educator in various universities in Australia. So it's an excellent insight to what we are getting for our target audience now. Now, in fact, your corporate journey, the glimpses like you were there with Voltas and Colgate and then with Dabur. For target audience, can you please share some experience with the target audience, your learning and how you have navigated in your career?
Yeah, top of the mind, I think when I was in Voltas, I was one of the youngest area sales manager.
Mm-hmm.
So when I went first day to the Gilander's house in Kolkata, I realized that, there is a team of 22 people reporting to me.
Mm.
And most of them probably have sons of my age, if not much junior, younger brothers.
Mm-hmm.
So for anyone, it could have been very challenging because, you are 20 something and you're managing people who are all very, very seasoned.
Mm-hmm.
But I always have this conviction from inside that I can relate to people and bring what I have inherently, which people can see through, that I am bringing in some value to their life, their work, their success, and therefore it never bothered me.
Mm-hmm.
So on the contrary, we did so well as a team that we became the number one area sales manager in the country, out of so many area sales managers in Volta. So that's how I then got elevated to come to Bombay for, that time it was Bombay for my next assignment, which is in marketing.
Mm-hmm.
So the insight is that stand up for what you are. The insight is not to fake what you're not, and not if you're not something, it is better to say I don't know, but because someone else will know that. And as a team, collectively, we should be able to reach to the destination by pulling in the resources of every individual in the team and bring them together for the best performance.
Correct. And also, I think you have been part of an pre-reform and the post-reforms also, and your tenure, while you were there with an corporate, with the commercial businesses, pre-reform and the post-reform. So what is the shift which you have sensed or seen?
Yeah, so when you're talking about transformation, I think the example I can give about Standard Chartered Bank. So I was hired by Standard Chartered Bank to do post-merger integration work. So Standard Chartered Bank bought over ANZ Greenless Bank at that point of time, and they needed someone to also help in terms of the integration post the merger of two banks. So that was a transformational project. There was a new destination model which was created. The design was 2,500 people in the destination model. But when you add up the pre-merger, the two banks, Standard Chartered Bank and the ANZ Greenless Bank, there were 4,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
So 4,000 people we need to have merged into 2,500.
Mm-hmm.
So ideally speaking, mathematically speaking, it will be 1,500 people will be losing job.
Okay.
But 18 months, the whole team, the entire organization from both sides worked shoulder to shoulder. And I'm today proud to say that at the end, less than 10 people lost their job. So where is 1,500 and where is less than 10 people? So again, I'm saying creativity is very important. Compassion is very important. Understanding that there are multiple ways of reaching your goal, and balancing out the life and balancing out the livelihood along with the professional part is very important. And if you do that, you always get creative ideas. You don't know where the ideas come from. Or sometimes you don't do anything, but just things happen of their own. Not because of your management style, but it happens again by the plan or the transformation done by the divine or the destiny.
So I think you believe more in the spiritual aspects. I'm sure, while you were part of an education, doing college and engineering and professional management, you got an intuition to go to the next level. So the shift from the consumer durable to FMCG, like how the transition took place, like.
I think I'll first answer the question that you talked about, that spirituality and how that comes into play in your professional life.
Right.
I'll give you a story. Most of my audience will not know that I'm the person who is behind the launch of Miswak toothpaste.
Mhm.
We were in Balsara that point of time, and Miswak toothpaste was launched. And I believe now Miswak is one of the strong brand in India. Strong market share, steady growth, lots of profit. It's with Daburs now because Daburs have purchased Balsara. So I'll tell you the story of Miswak. I was driving back after the day's work from Balsara House, which is in the Fort area, to Pedder Road. And while I was crossing the Chopati, the beach, after Marine Drive, suddenly this idea came in my mind. I don't know who gave this idea. I virtually heard someone saying, launch Miswak toothpaste. So that was a calling again. And then I thought about it, and it is so powerful calling because I still remember after so many years, maybe 25, 30 years previously it happened. But the next day onwards, I started working. Everything started falling in place. It's a big story. Someday I will narrate the entire Miswak story as a separate episode. But when you talk about spirituality, I again believe the success of Miswak is also from a calling from the outer space, where it was very difficult to beat Colgate at that point of time or launch a toothpaste and make it successful. So it was very courageous for anyone to launch a new toothpaste. And Miswak was a completely different toothpaste. It was not in the modern Colgate or Hindustan Lever's close-up toothpaste area. It was a herbal, natural toothpaste, which was very different. So how do we create is, and the whole story I'll narrate some other time, but the theme which I want to share is that intuition plays a very important role in management. And all that we managers need to do is getting in touch with our own intuitive intelligence. So that is the point of time when I became extremely spiritual. I practiced meditation. I practiced self-regulation and self-control. I practiced ethics, morality, and ability to connect with the larger purpose and the larger reason why we all exist. And I practiced that. How do I bring that into my management profession? So that's a lesson, and I think I will strongly encourage everyone, today's managers and tomorrow's managers,
to find the spiritual aspects,
to develop the spiritual aspect of intuitive intelligence.
And so also, like while going through the research, we have also seen like as far as the toothpaste which are concerned, there's a lot of competition between Levers, Colgate and all. And your tenure while being part of Balsara Hygiene, we could see in the span of 6 years, the shift which took place. Like, so what was the strategy and the thought process behind the success of that particular brand during a tenure of 6 years while being as a board of director with Balsara's?
I think it's again based on my management principle and philosophy, based on the scriptural knowledge that the India and the ancient management principles it's revealed to us through various scriptures. So what I learned is that the work that we do is really not everything about our life. Work is only a means to execute a life as per the design during your birth to your end journey. So I strongly believe that the purpose is to multifarious. The purpose is to make sure that whatever you do, it yields results. In the bargain, the people who are around you, they have livelihood, families, take care of them. So I was concerned about the team. I was concerned about inspiring them, concerned about motivating them, and I was concerned about that they need to also excel and fulfill their professionality. So this is what Divine does.
Taking everyone together and thinking of the society at large.
Correct. Divine takes care of all of us as the children, and like the parents take care of us, the managers are supposed to take care of the entire workforce,
Correct.
as you will be treating your children.
Correct.
You know.
And so for a couple of decades, you were part of consumer durable and FMCG sector. Then I think you changed your gear towards the pharma. So how come the transition shift from FMCG to the pharma?
Yeah, it didn't. Again, it didn't happen because of any design. We had a great director in Colgate. I was very young that point of time, just 6 years into the, in Colgate. So by the time, so that new director, actually, he moved on to Ranbaxy, and he was based in, I think, from London. So he knew me and my work, though not very closely, but obviously, I told you, I in Colgate also, I was one of the regional managers, and during my tenure, we became number one region, the Eastern region, which was never close to even number two, but we became number one. So people knew about my strengths or my luck that we did well. So he actually went to Ranbaxy and he offered me to be the Director General for the French Africa. So I thought, why not? There's a proposal has come. It'll be a good idea to go to French Africa and handle so many countries. There are from Cameroon to Ivory Coast to Senegal, the entire west coast of Africa, which is French speaking.
Good. I think certainly we'll take that journey also further. I'm sure it's a great, interesting insight what we're getting from Dr. Partha Mukherjee, exclusive on this Tea Talk Ek Mun Soch Ki. We have seen his commitment level right from his school days to the professional learning while he was with IIT Kharagpur and then with IIM Ahmedabad. And then he started his journey from Colgate to then the Bulsara, and then a couple of decades he was part of an FMCG industry. And now let's get more insight on next episode as for the shift from FMCG sector to an pharma industry. In fact, if you like this particular episode, go to www.ttalk.net, subscribe, like the channel as much as you can. Do catch up with Dr. Partha Mukherjee on next episodes of Tea Talk Ek Mun Soch Ki. Thank you very much. So thanks a lot for being part of this episode. Thank you very much.